Looks like that was a very fortunate.
They had a real chance then. Real chance then. Then a cool head would have.
A real chance. Was that Whittingham slipped at an inopportune moment? And Tanner again managed to set up the first goal.
Referee was going to give us a free kick there, but he's played the advantage.
He has indeed, and can Dover take advantage of it? Munns with the ball. Gregory's darting into the box. Munns a little bit slow with the delivery, and that is where Gregory was. Anywhere will do for Aldershot at the moment, but they've got the lead and looking for the points. First time this season they've scored twice in a game, and they've done it twice in the first half. Yeah. We've got about a minute or so left of the first half, have we? I think we're going to be seeing soon how many added minutes. I can't imagine more than a couple.
No, because there hasn't been anything, has there? So probably the normal 1 minute first half thing.
We might get one. It's a slightly awkward angle for us down there, but we'll keep an eye out for you. And then we've got a couple of interviews coming up at half time. Another goal kick for Dover. He's worn out of the ground running over there to collect the ball, I think, Bexon, this evening already. But there's a little bit more urgency in his run now. He was walking that walk earlier on, and 2 quick goals have changed the complexion completely for Dover. It's them that are staring down the barrel of a third straight loss, and Aldershot off and running. And off the bottom of the table as well, you would think.
As you say, we're probably into the...
Few seconds to go. Can Dover take advantage of it? Goben looking out here for Gregory. Wood's got Rose running down, but has he kept it in play? Yeah, it has.
Oh, that was nearly mine.
And yeah, attempting to kick it into the commentary box.
It is 1 minute board. 1 minute's just gone up on the board.
Still time. One last chance. Goben's done well to get it to Wood. The foul is over. Goben looking for someone who's going to let Wood take it. Is there time to take it? Goben, Wood's got the chance to drive into the middle. It's a great cross.
Nicely drawn across.
Slicing across the ball, but it's cleared away. Moses finds Goben. Goben looking for Wood, but he's given it away in a dangerous area again. This is exactly how the second goal arrived. That's Paniatu driving forward. It's got to be, and it is. That was some disorganised defending, I think it's safe to say. Was it Paniatu at the near post? Just completely evaded everyone. I think the communication was a little bit lacking.
Especially last stage, I didn't even think we were going to get another bit of time for the break, but yeah,
it feels like a gut punch, that, but so close to half time. I think only Tyler would have wanted to get him in there, and there was plenty to be positive about the last sort of 5 or 6 minutes after the quick goals, but that is a tricky time to concede a third. And it's all very quiet out there in the middle. Except for the Aldershot subs. Apologies again if you heard any language. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite at the watershed yet. It's just time to take the restart. Allendale checks his watch. That shows just how close to half-time it was. Half-time, and it is Dover 0, Aldershot 3. Players trudging off. Not a lot of happy faces. Paul?
No, it was that third goal, wasn't it? I thought we 2-0. Although they'd had a lot of possession in that first half. You go in 2-0 down. You've got a chance to reorganise. We just needed to get our foot on the ball a little bit and build up the attacks.
It is indeed very, very quiet. Welcome back to our now lit studio set here. Really, really disappointing. I mean, I think the biggest disappointment for me was they look so disorganised on the break. I know when it's difficult when you're turning and you're running back towards your own goal. that's not going to make good viewing, I think, in the video sessions for Andy Hessenthaler and his backroom staff in the next kind of couple of days, is it?
No, because that's not what we've seen so far, is it? And they were throwing lots of attacks at us, but we were holding the system, holding the shape well, and dealing with it. But that's the first time we've seen. So we couldn't see so well from where we're sat, but you could just see it was wide open. And I thought the first guy was going to get the shot in, but pulled it across and a tap in.
Yeah, and two of the goals have come in very similar ways. I think so. That would be the second and third goals have both been kind of on the break when Dover have perhaps, I'm not going to say naively, but they've thrown themselves forward and they're obviously looking to be positive. But you have to keep things tight at the back, don't you?
And now we've got to be positive going into the second half. So now he's got his work to do. Like you said, 2-0, he'd have gone in there. He'd have had a plan, wouldn't he? 3.
The pressure's off, I think, with 3-0. Is that safe to say? Go out and
and have a go.
Get one back and then see where are the goals going to come from. I don't want that to sound as negative as it does, but it seems like set pieces and quality set pieces are going to be the best bet at this point.
Yeah, but we've put some good balls in today. I mean, Munns, Wood, they've both put some good free kicks in there, and then corners actually have been into the right area. So there's always that element of looking and just somebody getting their head on it first. But I think our set pieces have been okay from the way we've looked at it this first half. We've got them all into the right area.
Exactly that, and that's where the breakthrough came, and they left it very late against Notts County. Are they going to need to do it a bit earlier than 89 minutes today?
Yeah, you definitely want that early one, don't you? I think they always say that for the first 10 minutes of the second half is always crucial. If you can get one in that first 10 minutes, then you're in with it, because then you've got your heads up and you can keep going. I think the first 10 minutes of any second half is always crucial. How quick will he make the subs?
It remains to be seen. I was going to ask you about Mo Betterman's goal as well. He took it very well. He obviously looks like he's in a bit of goal-scoring nick. I think he got 2 at the weekend and one in the previous game as well. He knows how to score goals at this level.
It is that natural goal scorer, isn't it? He's relaxed. He knows what he's doing, and he's just a natural goal scorer. I think our lads that we're looking at up front, that's what we're looking to see a bit of. And they've all got what they've got in their games. They've got pace. They're good on the ball. I mean, Aziza showed how strong he is. We're just needing to see something of a finishing.
Absolutely. We're going to be hearing from Eddie Aziz in just a couple of moments. We caught up with him before the game. We also caught up with Will Moses, who we're going to be hearing from first. He's had a bit of a torrid time in the last 10-15 minutes, but he made a very impressive debut at Stockport on Saturday. He got about an hour, I think it was, and did very, very well. But coming in away at Edgeley Park is a very difficult place to make your debut.
Massively, and I think in that first couple of minutes, the first 10 minutes of that game, you could see, but then you get a few touches on the ball, and he kind of and he relaxed into it.
He did indeed. Well, let's find out what Will made of it himself.
Well, a first competitive debut for you. Last weekend, how was that? A bit of a baptism of fire coming up against probably one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah, I know, obviously thrown in the deep end playing against a team like Stockport, but no, it's a great experience. Great to be involved with, like, winning around the first team, so yeah, no, it's a great experience.
And when did you actually find out that you were actually going to be playing?
When I was in the squad the day before, I didn't actually know I was starting. It was only until about a couple of hours before the game that the gaffer called me over and said that I'll be starting, so obviously I was really excited, a little bit nervous, but no, yeah, it was great.
You mentioned you were nervous. Were you nervous when you went onto the pitch? Obviously you played in pre-season games for the club, but obviously the first competitive game.
Yeah, there's always a bit of nerves, but it's mixed with excitement as well, so I was a bit of both, but once you get your first touch, it's all fine. I was all calmed down, so yeah, no, it was great.
Coming off the back of back-to-back losses, what does the team need to change going into tonight's game?
Well, we've been working in training on different bits. We've been looking over our games. We need to sit together as a group now and hopefully dig in and get more results on the road. So yeah.
We know what the club are looking for this season. What are your own personal ambitions for this season?
On a personal note, I'd like to get more games, more minutes in me. It's at 17. I've been hoping to get good first team experience with Dover. So but as a club, it's been tough. It's been tough. But no, just trying to get results. And yeah.
And how has that transition been going from a academy player into a full first team player?
Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, it's much different to the academy. I mean, it's much quicker tempo, get less time. But no, I think I'm a person of adapting. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Addy, welcome back to Crabble. It's our first chance to catch up with you. What's it like to be back here?
It's really good to be back. When the opportunity came to come back, it was a no-brainer, and I'm happy to be back.
From memories of we spoke 2018, wasn't it, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Yeah, under different management. So yeah, it's good to be working with the gaffer and all the coaching staff. It's a bit different in terms of their approach to the game, so I'm enjoying it. And yeah, we've had a tough start on the teams we played, but took 3 points out of the 3. Against the 3, probably the top 3 you'd imagine. Someone said that before the beginning of the season, I think we'll take it. So I feel like our season really starts to begin tonight, so I'm looking forward to it.
I like that. It doesn't seem only 10 days ago that we were here, but Notts County 1-0 on the opening day. Couldn't ask for a better start. The game didn't look like it was going to be 1-0 for a long time, but it doesn't matter when the goal comes. It was a late goal from Paul Ransom and a day to remember.
Absolutely. Like, as long as you stay in these games, anything can happen. And I felt we played well. We played some good football as well at times. We made it hard for them, and like you said, you stay in the game, anything could happen. And yeah, it's good to get the result.
A lot of people commenting on the work rate, not just yourself, but the guys like Steve Rigg as well. It's obviously going to be a committed effort this season in terms of goals and things like that as well. Are you keen to break the duck, I guess, this season tonight, but also you have a part to play for the team? Is that just as important to you, or is it all about the goals?
Absolutely. As a striker, you're based on goals. So first and foremost, I want to score as much goals as I can and get in a position where we're scoring goals. But like I said, I go back to the start we've had in terms of the teams. We know that we're going to be out of position a lot. We're going to have to dig deep, and me, Rigg, Hakeem, Lee, a lot of the forward players, we have to dig deep, and we have to buy into the philosophy that the gaffer puts in and work hard for the team and defend from the front, which I feel that we're trying our best to do, and I think we're going to continue, and the chances will come. I feel like the more we keep possession of the ball now against the teams that are more around us, I feel like we'll start to really create chances and show how good we are going forward.
Absolutely. It's been such a stop-start, weird year for everyone, for the fans, the players, the staff, but the players more than anyone. How difficult has it been to kind of get up to speed so quickly throughout a so strange pre-season? And do you feel like the guys, there's so many new guys this season, are you starting to gel? Is that chemistry starting to grow?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a really, really strange one. Having so many months off and then coming back within a short period of time, and we're back already now to the season starting. So I came late as well, so I still feel like I'm still learning a lot about them. They're still learning a lot about me, and these games I feel like we'll start to click more, and I feel like we have linked up well in the times we have gone forward, so and I feel like we'll continue to do so, and we'll carry on to gel well together.
Wish you good luck tonight.
Thank you very much, appreciate that. Thank you.
Welcome back to a very soggy, damp, miserable Crabble, and that's not just the weather.
That's me.
that is Paul, and the weather, and also the scoreline. It is Dover Athletic 0, Aldershot Town 3 at half time. Coming up next, we've got another game for you on the 27th. Dover will be at home to Eastleigh, 7:45 kick-off. And who knows, there may even be another game before then, because it's the draw for the FA Cup 4th round, takes place on Thursday afternoon. I believe it's taking place live on national radio. Dover will be in the hat for that, and looking presumably for a home tie. Would you like a...
I always want a home tie. I always want it to be against the lowest team that's in it. And there's money involved as well, isn't there? I think it's £3,000 for that first one that we'll play in. £9,000 prize if you get on to the next one. It's a little bit different, obviously, without the supporters, because normally at some stage you're looking to go away to one of the bigger teams. Probably changes the view on that now.
Actually, one round at a time, as we always have to say, unfortunately. Right, what do we have? We have 3 first-half goals, 2 goals in very quick succession from Aldershot. Paniatu got the goal. It was a bit of a scramble. Great save from Bexon, and Paniatu got low shot in and turned it in at probably the 3rd or 4th attempt, I think, in the end. And that was just after the half hour. And then Dover got caught twice on the break. The first goal, Mo Betton was in fantastic form the last couple of weeks, and Tanner, I think, spread it across to him on the left. He drove towards goal and then pinged it in the bottom corner from 20 yards or so. Should we give him? We'll give him 25 maybe. It was a good finish from someone that's clearly in form. And then Dover actually had a good spell. It seemed like it was very much sort of they'd come back in the right way. They gathered themselves and came back. But then the real cruel, we're not going to call it a clincher just yet, but the hammer blow a minute into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Paniatu, I think, again turning it into the middle for Reese. Dover 6s and 7s at the back, and I guess you're just hoping it doesn't turn into 6s in real life. It's about kind of shoring up at the back ball and trying to get a goal back from Adi Aziz. What a perfect time it would be for his first goal in his second spell, as we've just heard. Yeah,
until that sort of third goal went in, we were waiting for the half-time whistle, really, weren't we? We thought the attack that we had just before that was probably going to be the last one. You go in 2-0 down at half time. You go in, you have your fresh words. You come out with fresh emphasis. The first 10 minutes of any second half is always crucial. So, you know, at 2-0 down, you come out and have a go. But it's still going to be the same now, isn't it? We're still going to do that. He'll probably be having a fresh look at the shape, maybe, and his options off the bench. Maybe do a little bit earlier than he would have done otherwise.
I was going to say, what does Andy Hessenthal say at a time like this? There were a lot of heads looked to be down. They were trudging off the pitch a little bit at half time, which is understandable given that they conceded 30 seconds before then. But what can he say to sort of try and build them back up again in time for the second half?
I think it's always that, isn't it? It is about motivating them, isn't it? As much as you might have comments on the defensive elements there towards the end, but I think it is about getting them up for it.
Yeah, it is indeed. Does he have many options off the bench, really? I know there've been injuries. He's had plenty to deal with in terms of sort of bodies in the first couple of weeks of the season. But what are the best options do you think off the bench?
I think as I have a look at it, if I was picking it, there's a reason why I'm not the manager. But if I was looking at it, it would probably be Curtis Cumberbatch coming on, sort of that attacking midfielder, good with the ball at his feet.
Yeah,
he's capable of a goal himself. And TJ Bramble played the first game which we watched here in Notts County and really stood out. Had a really, really good game. So surprised to see him drop down onto the bench. Obviously, there's reasons with the shape of the team, etc. why that's happened. So I think either of those two could come on and could make a difference.
You mentioned Cumberbatch there. The keeping hold of the ball is kind of going to be the key for Dover, isn't it? We've talked about set pieces going to be important, but they actually need to hold on to the ball a little bit better and create their own chances, because the chances from open play have been kind of few and far between. Massively
so, and it depends how Aldershot looking now. Will Aldershot sit back on it at 3-0 down? Sometimes when you're 3-0 up, you feel like you don't even need to sit back, don't you? So hopefully they will still come out a little bit.
3-0's a dangerous lead.
Well, I hope it is.
Indeed, yeah, they'll be pretty happy. I would have thought Aldershot with how things are panning out so far. Given that they've lost the first two games of the season. And here they are 3-0 at half-time in the next one. But it shows the value of that friendly and keeping the sort of the match fitness ticking over on Saturday. They could have had a weekend off, but they played the Brentford game and scored 3 goals in that, and they got 3 in the first half tonight.
Yeah, and we've discussed this. The striker option we've got is the Lewis Collins, isn't it? Whether that changes, I don't know how you do that, which one you swap over. I think Aziz has held the ball up well.
They to be fair, have all linked pretty well, and they've certainly, we've said it time and again, they've all worked hard, Rose as well and Rig too. There are a lot of attacking players on the pitch as well, and if you think Gregory's very much forward-thinking and as good a defender as Wood is, he's just as important up this end of the field as well in terms of his delivery and sort of launching attacks from the left-hand side as well. There are no shortage of options. I guess it's just kind of trying to get everyone to calm down, and the pressure's really off now, isn't it?
It is a 3-0 down. It is really, but yeah, I think like you're saying there, it is about questions maybe of calming down, of trying to put your foot on the ball and actually pass it around that couple of times and build up the break and look for the ball through. So you actually get into those strikers at feet in that 18-yard box with the goal in front of them.
A little bit of freedom for Dover there. Heading back out onto the pitch now, as I believe you can see. He can indeed. Any changes just yet, do you think? Or give him 10-15 minutes, Paul, or will you be making any changes straight away?
Yeah, I don't think there'd be any changes straight away at this stage, but certainly maybe that 30 minutes to go, the 15-minute mark is when you'd look at doing that.
So there certainly aren't any changes. It's the same 11 that are out there.
Yeah, there's no clean shirts out there at the minute, is there?
I can't imagine Aldershot have changed anything either, given the way the first half. They can't have any complaints, really, can they? Not really. I think Beckson's perhaps only made one save that wasn't picking the ball out of the back of his net.
Yeah, it's like I said, they had most of the ball the first time, and when we were coming forward, we did put some decent balls into the box,
yep.
But it never fell to anybody. We never got a chance with that second ball to get a clean shot off or a header on target and really test the keeper, test Walker.
We can hear the yells of encouragement from Beckson in the back. I can see Rig there going around and talking to his teammates, geeing them up. There's obviously a little bit of fight and a bit of spirit there. You can just hear the Aldershot substitutes rattling their way past us, studs on the metal gangway here in the family stand at Crabble. And we're still just dreadfully sorry that you can't be here to join us this evening. As cold and miserable and rainy and horrid as it is, we'd much rather you were here than sat at home in the warm watching on DAFC TV. But we will do our best to make it the next best thing this week and every week until the world changes.
A nice early goal warms up.
Mr. Dale is heading out to the middle as well. Stickler for punctuality and everything in the first half. and looks like he's going to be the same again in the second half. It's safe to say we're glad to have a game, because for a long time this evening we did wonder if we might not. Really thorough pitch inspections in all four corners of the ground, but it's given the go-ahead, and we are going ahead for the second half. Munn's launching it down the left-hand side, looking for, as always, it's got that triumvirate. Aziz has been so good in the air so far, and he's always the first one that they look for. You heard from him at half-time, Adi Aziz, and nice guy, engaging character. He's desperate to score goals, and
he is, and you could really see that the little chat we had with him, and that chat you've just seen on air. He's really keen to start getting those goals in.
Let's hope for his sake and for Dover's sake that it won't be too far away, and maybe the second one follows the first one. We'll see. Rosewood's back to goal, holds it up nicely. Spins very nice, looking for Gregory. Gregory looks like he's lost down. Tanner's actually been a handful. He's played quite a key part in a couple of the goals for Aldershot this evening, spreading the play quite intelligently and getting in the way there. It's Aldershot who have the first chance. How positive do you be if you're 3-0? I suppose the pressure's off for you as well. You can throw everything at it and go for 4, 5, 6, can you?
I think that's what we're saying. Cause at 2-0, maybe you sit back on it and try to hold it out, but at 3, you might as well just have a go.
Bexon's nose going to get up. He juggles it ever so slightly, Bexon, but gets hold of it at the second attempt. It was that Whittingham that was just trying to get in the way, basically, make himself a nuisance. That's not going to bounce through. It's Mitch Walker at the other end. One end to the other. Two enormous kicks on these two keepers. I think it's perhaps the longest kicks I've seen of any two.
There's a few times in that first half where the kick's gone all the way through straight to the other keeper.
Yeah. It's a useful weapon to have, being that direct, to being able to mix it up.
It's just a question of getting in the right place, isn't it?
De Havilland's just beaten in the air, and Moses gets away with one there, I think it's safe to say. It's Aldershot that are looking the livelier at the start of the second half. 3 goals to the good already. Is that
claiming they've been held back then as the ball went through.
Yeah, recent better are insisting that there was a tug in the box there. Referee, Mr. Dowell, didn't want to know. Another kick from Bexon, nicely brought down. It's ease. It's very wide. Can Dover get it into the box? Aldershot back in numbers. Go, a nice little turn there. Edge of the box. Some pretty approach play, but the end product was lacking, I think it's safe to say. De Havilland nods it out of play. That's the area down there in front of the bar that the referee was most interested in, but it's held up incredibly well, Paul. We were saying earlier, the ground staff have done a fantastic job just to get this game on.
They really have, and that rain it's been coming down most of the day, and it was coming down really heavy for the good hour before the game, and it only really stopped a little bit, maybe 10 minutes before the game.
Yeah, the metal roof in the family stand here it sounded like those studs that you can probably hear in the background. It was hammering it down. So we're grateful to them for giving us this spectacle. I think we call it a spectacle this evening.
The officials certainly had a good long look before the game, didn't they? They went all over the pitch, really testing the ball, rolling the balls, bouncing the ball.
Yeah, all the shot they were very keen to get the game on. I think Dover were as well. This is an opportunity for both teams that coming off back-to-back defeats in the Vanarama National League, looking to avoid the hat-trick. At the moment, it looks like Dover will be scoring that unfortunate hat-trick of 3 straight losses, but there is still time, plenty of time, for them to mount an unlikely, but what a comeback it would be. We saw late drama in the first game, the 1-0 win against Notts County with a late winner. What price a late equaliser today?
Oh, I'm going for the late winner.
Oh, take the draw, Paul.
You're not taking that, no.
They've made it hard for themselves, I think it's safe to say, but they're working their way up that left-hand side.
I think, like we said, this is his first 10 minutes, isn't it? We need to get that goal.
Yes, exactly. Every journey starts with the first step, and a goal of any sort, however it goes in off whomever, is what Dover need right now. nice little change of direction from Goben. Munn's very deep. Come to look for. He's playing holding midfield, isn't he? Ekpetita's looking down the channel for.
He is, but we're playing with that real four at the back now, aren't we? Ekpetita's over on this, playing right back.
I haven't seen much in the way of a long throw from Dover. I think he's got one, isn't he? Ekpetita, we saw it in the first game. Is this going to be an opportunity for him this time?
We haven't seen it at all, have we, in this game so far?
No.
So far, we saw a few in that first game, without a doubt.
Whether
Whether it's the positions we were in.
Well, he's not taken much of a run out. Perhaps not this time. It's another unfortunately timed infringement.
I think we should have a look at where their subs are sat, because where they're sat right next to us, it's very loud, aren't they?
Yes, they are. When you say right next to us, it's important to point out they're probably 15, 20 metres away from us. They are taped off, as are we, in the very, very COVID secure surroundings of Crabble. It's something that's been taken very seriously at clubs every level of the footballing pyramid, not least here. Moses battling away there and would manage somehow to bundle the ball back. Is that going to end up? Apologies for any language you can hear in the background.
That was the aforementioned substitute.
Yeah, that's the substitutes. Maybe we could soundproof get some kind of a soundproof barrier for the next game. They're certainly more vocal than the Notts County substitutes were. I think it's safe to say. Was that Tanner? Was that putting himself around a little bit? They've got a couple of players that I noticed Rowe in the first half is the kind of player that kind of gets under your skin a little bit if you're an opposition player. I know he threw some grass at Wood when he was taking a free kick. He was in the defensive two-man wall. Just picked up a lump of grass, just held it at him just as he was taking a free kick.
Yeah, I really saw that. I think
the little bits of gamesmanship and things. You either like it or you hate it.
I can't believe the referee didn't see that either at the time. But
there was a missed opportunity there for Paniutu, who was played through really quite nicely. I think it was that Bettimer that actually played that through. He's brimming with confidence. That was an outside of the foot slice pass through for Paniutu. Actually would have had a clean run through on goal if he'd been aware. But as it is, Dover are trying again to launch another attack. Can't quite see who that is from our vantage point over here. But we're right by the corner flag in the family stand. A little bit of treatment. This is not what Dover really want at this point. Giving Aldershot a chance to reorganise. It could be. Was that a little signal to the bench there? I think. Paul's been off making friends with the Aldershot subs.
Yes, a quick mind your language, please.
Well done, rather you than me. It looks like it's going to be the first change for Aldershot. Ross McCormack down there in front of us warming up. It's not going to be him this time, though.
They're not going to be rushing with it, are they?
So it's Alex Finney that's heading off. Cody Lyons-Foster is going to be the man that replaces him. Sure, exactly. I didn't see what happened actually. Saw him go down in the first place, but he doesn't look particularly thrilled with life as he trudges off straight down the tunnel for some treatment. It's going to be a Dover throw as play restarts. Wood launches it. Can't quite get back to it. Stablin going to look for Bexon. He is. It's another almighty clearance from Bexon. And this will suit Aldershot down to the ground, Paul, won't it? I'd have thought it would sting no real chance to build up head of steam. Very start second half so far.
They're soaking it up so far, aren't they? What are we now? 10 minutes into the half.
Something like that. We've not received the time graphic that we were promised at half time, but I'm going to take your word for it. 55 minutes gone.
There you go, it was 10 minutes.
It's like the talking clock. Runs takes it quickly. Unfortunately, thought for just a second that Mitch might have overrun that. Mitch, I call him Mitch. I'm so used. 7 years he spent here at Crabble. I'm very used to saying Mitch. We'll call him Walker, shall we? Pretend he's a stranger for the next 40 minutes or so. It's that familiar old kick. It's swung out here towards us. Petita underneath it. Rig working hard there. Battling back.
He's going with a free kick again.
And he's conceded a free kick. That's 3 or 4 Riggs conceded. And in all kinds of areas of the field as well. Aziz is standing in the way of this one. Surprisingly, Aldershot in no rush to take it. David defences a little bit. Paniutu had the chance to bring it down then. Munns, I thought, was going to dive into the back of him. That's Rig again, winning the ball on the edge of his own box. The Rig appreciation glove remains here. That's well played by Rose. Looking for Gregor. He's just overhit it slightly, and Mitch Walker's able to collect.
It was a decent idea, but again, it's just rushed, isn't it, when we're coming through. We need to be picking the people out.
Yeah, I guess it's a tricky one. The panic and you know that time's ebbing away. You know you've got a mountain to climb. It's just snatching at chances to play through balls. It's Aldershot that are heading forward, looking for a fourth. That was a really nicely worked goal. The flag stays down. Is that a second for Reese? I think it was.
Yeah, I think Govan was over having a go at the ref. Govan was looking for that free kick when they nicked the ball about 10 yards outside the box.
Yeah, they had far too much time and space. I think it was a 1-2, and Reese with his second. Vexing out, but not a lot he could do about that.
No, it's just calmly passed through, wouldn't it? He was clear.
And it is 4-0 to Aldershot. Do we talk about the comeback from 4-0, or do we talk about just trying to keep it at 4-0?
Personally, I don't think ever you keep it at the 4-0. I think you still keep having a go.
Yeah.
You probably do look at making a change of how you can change the shape or the players out there to give it a fresh emphasis.
It was only 10 days ago that we were here and watching Dover keep a clean sheet against Notts County, and now since then it's been 4-3 and 4 again.
Against Notts County, with it, you could see the quality and the experience and the strength in that team. Yeah, we just held the shape so well. We just coped with it, really soaked it up.
Can Dover find something positive? Let's work his way into the middle. I'm not sure the flag's gone up anyway. Walker is in no hurry to take this whatsoever.
When you look at the injury, we've got Passley and Ransom both out, haven't we, with those early in the season hamstring injuries, both of them, I think, wasn't it? And what we'd give for them.
Do you think I wonder if everyone was fit, if Passley would be starting at right back and you'd have Gregor in a team somewhere else, perhaps. He's impressed since he's come in.
He has impressed very much, but it's awkward, isn't it? Because it's given him the chance to do it by Passley being out. But
it's Munns again, very, very deep. This is launched forward by de Havilland. Just asked the question, but Dover just don't have the answer at the moment. Walker's happy to let that run out of play.
And Gregor's done really well. I think he came from Leatherhead, didn't he? So he's he's took the step up and he's took it well.
Yeah, I think he'd probably like the attacking licence if you could find a way to pass it. I'm not sure how long exactly Josh Passley's going to be out for muscular injury. I think the same as Will Ransom. We're thinking maybe 2 or 3 weeks for him.
No, you're right. Where that bit of creativity that we need, that is the likes of him, just Gregory just getting the chance to go to be forward, just looking at just taking the defenders on, staying out wide.
Yeah, there comes a point when we can give them all the pats on the back for the endeavour and the hard work and everything, but you need something. You need some creativity. You need some chances, and hard work is only part of it. A little spark from somewhere. Let's see what they can muster. So Coburn in that corner. Rig again. Love to see his heat map. And it's Aldershot. Oh, it's a missed opportunity for the visitors. They looked like they had.
I thought they were going to break then.
4-on-2 break, but he just overran it slightly. Beckson trying to G his defenders up. We saw, we heard, we met Will Moses before the game. We heard from him at half time. You kind of you feel for him in this kind of circumstance. You don't want a 17-year-old kid to kind of take it too badly. You want him to enjoy their football, and it's not the most enjoyable of evenings for him and for Dover at the moment.
It's going to be a real test for him, isn't it? Coming out, if this game does stay like this, to let the 4 goals in.
You need your experienced players, your de Havillands and your Woods around him to try and keep his head up and focused and positivity, because the games are going to come thick and fast.
Of course, this is the thing this season. With the shortened season, the games do come thick and fast. You go in Saturday, Tuesday.
Yeah, it is. There's no let up. We were talking earlier on to Joe Bedford, and we were talking about training. I mean, really, you don't have an awful lot of chance to work on things. If you've got 1 day of training, proper training in between games, and Riggs' work is done for the day. Is that Marshall Ratton? What is?
I think that's Ratton coming on, and it looks like TJ Bramble getting ready as well.
Yeah, we'll wait to see who this is going to be. Is that going to be Gregory? I'd be surprised. Is it Munns?
I thought he was coming across for a word there, but no, he's gone off, and it is TJ Bramble on.
Bramble on, yes. So that's one bit of quality from set pieces that Dover are going to have to replace somehow. Luckily, it gets easier for Dover. Nice little talkie away on Saturday after this. Stephen Rigg trudges past us in the stands. It's Penny Uta again. Looking for another. Turner and Ogie getting each other's way. I'm sure Ogie would love a goal against his former team, I'm sure. There's Turner battling away. Wood battles away. You can see they're bubbling away with a bit of confidence, aren't they? It's easy when you're 4-0 up, I guess, to play with a bit of swagger. Yes, as it stands, Dover look to be heading into the National League relegation zone. I wouldn't have suspected that only 10 days ago. Beating Notts County, a euphoric start to the season, but it's not how you start.
It's very early though, isn't it? There's only 1 point.
It's very early. That was a good ball in. That is a very good point. It's 2 wins and back in the playoff.
7 points off. 7
exactly.
Points off top.
When we are sat here talking to you next time, Dover could well have beaten Torquay and be leading against Eastleigh and pushing for the playoffs again. So nothing is won or lost in October. Ogie's taking his time over this. A towel has been supplied as well. The Rory Delap towels come from the Aldershot subs, and you can see it there in the background. That does too. That's a mighty throw over what managed to get it away. Petita, I think, hooked that clear.
Yeah, it was. That was a strong foot from him clearing that out as it was dropping down.
He's finally got something from the referee. I think that's the first time. And Aldershot not too impressed with it. Switch on is the shout from the Aldershot back line. They do not want to give up their clean sheet. Petita gives it away cheaply, has a little nibble, gets away. Whittingham couldn't quite work the through ball. It was Goban going back to Bexon. Just launched that high into the sky. Oh, he gets it down again. They look dangerous every time they come forward. To Aldershot, Paniutu.
They're relaxed now, though, aren't they? They're sort of passing it around in them sort of positions.
Yeah, this is quite champagne stuff, but they're playing with absolute freedom at the moment. That's Whittingham trying to get through the middle. And another Bexon clearance goes, gosh, what's that, 70, 80 yards? And ends up in the hands of Mitch Walker. Need a bit of positivity. Right, what can we be positive about?
Score a goal. You said the effort. I know, like you said before, it's not about the effort. You've got to get some quality out of it as well, haven't you? Because, but you can see the effort's out there. They're working hard. We just need to work out.
From Bettimer, but Bexon got his body behind it. Didn't hold it cleanly first time, but he gathered it. No real drama. But it's coming back again. Can Dover get one? Just start with one.
Good ball throw.
Great through ball. Good covering defence there. First time finish. That's the kind of thing you need. If things are going your way, a first time finish there might have been the one with no backlift, keeper not set.
And that's the thing. Those guys up front, they need a goal for themselves, don't they? For their own confidence as a striker, it's a natural thing. You know, you need to get a goal.
It must be tricky at the moment. You just need something to break for you. You could go in this corner flying off someone's knee or buttock, then that's a start. And that's a good little flick. Is that going to drop? Is that Goban? Is that a shot blocked and it's hacked clear? Can Dover regroup in time? He's worked really hard there, Rose, to get back and.
It fell down there to Bramble, didn't it? Just on that. He got the shot. He got the shot in, but.
Yeah, there was a good 30-40 metre sprint though, just to stop, because Aldershot always seem to have an extra man over. They're fully committed. They're very interested in 5. I don't think they're happy to settle for 4. Bringing you an immersive, interactive Aldershot bench experience here. Thankfully, without the language in the last few minutes, though.
Did you see the size of the bloke I had to go and have a word with?
Yes, I did. So I'm glad it was you rather than me. Battering away. Bettimer will be very keen. He got the second goal in about 34 minutes or so. Fizzed a low shot into the corner past Bexon. That was a real killer. Two in. What are we thinking? It's about 2-3 minutes. Looked like it had gone out, but Paniutu, it had gone out. The flag is up. Tanner not impressed, but it was. It was a nice little backheel to attempt to keep it in, but it had gone down here in front of us from our vantage point. Bexon going to launch it long again. Yeah. So the deadlock was broken. Paniutu fired in. Bexon made a great save actually from a corner which wasn't probably cleared, but the ball fell to Paniutu, who drove it in low. Opened the scoring just after the half hour. I think about 2.5 minutes later, something like that. Dover were trying to get back into it, but the ball broke out. Tanner spread it wide left for Bettimer. Kind of bore down on goal and fizzed it into the bottom corner from 20-25 yards, something like that. Good finish. It's from a guy who's clearly in a bit of goal scoring form.
Woods is going to be over this free kick.
It's going to be interesting with no mums. These are all going to be in swinging. Got to put it on the far post. What's Wood got? That's going in the
Just
right
wants a
area.
touch.
That is exactly what I wanted to happen without the end result. It was a glance. Was it? I can't remember. Goban perhaps got close to glancing it.